Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Thursday, June 27th, 2024. But before we check out the charts, I just want to ask you to please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the daily Tesla and daily NVIDIA reports, daily analysis in the SPY, daily analysis in the Triple Q, weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, and Apple stock, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor, always looking for 20% moves or more on those underlying stocks. And you get to see all of this for free. We offer a 5-day free trial up front. So check out wickedstocks.com. Let's take a look at the charts. We've got the weekly bar chart, 126.48. We are right there. We opened Monday below it. And we've pushed through this structure, but we've not really closed above it. In fact, this is the same structure on the daily chart. This is still sort of a testing of one's patience. Where do we go from here? I think by a degree, it is still, you have to respect this market's ability to fall away. And I'll get to that in a moment. And that is because, we put out a pretty classic buy signal above it a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we closed back below it. And we're having trouble getting back above it. And so the failure to follow through on a longer-term buy signal, which had been anticipating this 160.20 full channel extension, the rejection of that. You have the all-time high last week on the weekly chart, closing negative on the week, and now we're lower still on the weekly chart the following week. And so if you put it all together, and I will also say, and I don't show it here, but if you were to watch my daily Triple Q report or my NASDAQ 100 index analysis that I do at wickedstocks.com, you'll see that index and the Triple Q as a representation of that index is testing a really significant overhead resistance for the last few weeks. And its path of least resistance presently is downward in terms of a corrective dynamic that can play out really through the third quarter. Now, we haven't backed away in the Triple Q or NASDAQ 100. We haven't set off meaningful sell signals yet. But just know that the Triple Q, the NASDAQ 100, are in the process of testing an important overhead price ceiling. And so you put that together, and, like I say, I'm not incredibly bearish, but I do think the path of least resistance right now is to the downside, so long as we're unable to convincingly close above that 126.65 channel top. Now, we may clearly close above it today, Thursday, in which case I would expect, to be honest, I would expect this rising channel top at 146.66 over the next couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, present volatility, 1 to 2 weeks, but we could fall back into this volatility where the average daily range is about half of what it has been. 146.66, then considered a 2 to 3 week target where we can top out clearly on a weekly basis, and if settled above, would then indicate this 159.61 full channel extension within another week, 2 or 3. But first things first, a higher settlement today, clearly above 126.65, would skew to the upside. And so if you're short still from a few days ago, when we gapped below this channel structure, and we had our sell-off on Monday, recovery Tuesday, Wednesday, but the Tuesday, Wednesday recovery has sort of hit the sort of headwind here, this channel structure, 126.65, despite its, several instances of violation, it is still a textbook channel structure. So holding below, at or below 126.65, will keep 121.89 in reach today. Nothing more than a 5/8 downside Fibonacci over the last 3 days. And once again, I'm going to say just closing negative on the day below this 126.65 formation will keep the possibility for selling pressures intact if you're to be positioned one way or the other. And if your time horizon is, say, 2 to 3 weeks out, if we close below 126.65, that skews south, as far south as 104.30. this newly formed rising channel bottom that is based in part on last week's all-time high. So closing below 126.65 will keep 104.30 in reach over the next 2 to 3 weeks, and inversely, closing above 126.65 will keep 146.66 in reach over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And it's about as simple as that. Once again, working our way down, we do have 115.87. We're not going to see that today, but 3 to 5 day swing traders can play the short side down to 115.87, and 2 to 3 week position traders can play the anticipated 104.30. Whether that means not being in the market at all, whether that means being short NVIDIA right now with a relatively tight stop loss to the upside, of course, that might mean you're long 105 or 110 strike out of the money puts that don't expire. This 2 to 3 week play, I would go at least 6 weeks out on my expiration price. Working our way up today, pushing or opening above 129.65, 129.52, nothing more than the low of the high, is likely to give the market trouble on the first attempt. Decent day trade level for aggressive day traders, but if we open above 126.65, we may well see 132.08 today. The 5/8 upside Fibonacci over the last week and a half of activity, A-B extremes, where we can place a daily high. But closing above 126.65, and the wider the margin, the better in terms of a buy signal that we could anticipate playing out into July trade. 146.66 considered a 2 to 3 week objective if we close today above 126.65. Yesterday's high was 128.12. If we close above 128.12, better yet, in terms of sort of clarifying 146.66 as a 2 to 3 week target. And you can make little cases all the way up. Certainly a settlement today above 132.08 would be yet another sign of that 146.66 formation as a 2 to 3 week target. If we were to close above 132.08, we could see 146.66 by the end of next week. And so that is kind of the big picture. So is there anything else to say? I think I've said it all. Anything beyond that would be repetitious. I will say one more thing, and that is a weekly settlement tomorrow, Friday, above 126.48 would sort of finish out the notion that this market is done correcting and should continue higher into the mid 140s and climbing over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And yes, into the lower 160s as we continue into July, August activity. I'm going to leave it at that. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. You'll see the daily Triple Q, daily SPY, 2 stock picks every week that cater to 3 to 5 week out to 3 to 5 month position traders. You don't want to miss it. I'll be back tomorrow with Friday's NVIDIA, and you have a great day.